I 24 male just thought I'd found my wife 24 female dead and I don't know how to approach this conversation. Edit my wife is not a drinker and does not have a drinking problem. This was a one-off party so rehab isn't necessary here. She was laughing about it when I woke her because she's hammered still. I work in the emergency services and do shifts. Today whilst I was working late whilst my wife was going to a shop opening party with her friends and have some drinks etc. Whilst I'm at work dealing with some incidents I get a text from one of her friends stating she is the drunkest she's ever been in a bad way, but that her boyfriend has taken them both home. This is setting alarm bells off in my head and I had a terrible feeling something bad was going to happen. My shift finished and I raced home. I can see the bathroom light on from the driveway. I go in and she's not downstairs and all other lights are off apart from the bathroom. I'm calling her name and there's no response. I get upstairs, open the bathroom door and find her passed out, naked in the bath face down. I genuinely thought she'd drowned. Her phone was in the bottom of the bath and so was the bath tray. I was shouting and shaking her and luckily her nose and mouth weren't in the water. She woke up and was completely incoherent laughing about it being funny. I helped her out of the bath and put her to bed trying to stress how bad this could have been. I'm feeling so many emotions and I don't know how to approach this tomorrow. I'm angry her friends and family have allowed her to get like this. I'm angry she's got like this herself. I'm grateful she hasn't drowned when she probably should have. I feel so fucking angry but grateful at the same time, but literally everything could have changed in my life today. Please help me approach this as it needs to be approached with everyone involved. How can I do this? I think you've got a few options. I know you're angry, but she probably doesn't even remember any of it, let alone the laughing at you. Leading the conversation with your vulnerability. I genuinely thought you died, I was heartbroken, and working together to find ways to make sure it never happens again. It's also worth reaching out to those friends to have the, hey, this happened and next time could you please not leave her alone, talk. Not on the rehab train as most of the other jump to conclusion comments. Use this as a teaching lesson with her as to the dangers of being overly intoxicated in or around water. Also a lesson for her friends to not dump someone so intoxicated off without any supervision. This is absolutely terrifying, and I would be livid at whoever just brought her home and left her there, but this sounds a hell of a lot more like, her drink was spiked, than, she somehow did 15 shots in half an hour without anyone noticing. I think this is one of those things where you need to take several deep breaths and take things 1 minute at a time. You just witnessed one of the most terrifying things, but you don't even know the full story because she isn't sober enough to tell you. If your wife rarely drinks and this one time has gotten so drunk that she somehow ended up passed out in the bathtub face down, is it possible she was drugged? Maybe reach out to her best friend. Ask her how much she drank, and how they left her when they took her home. I think she was roofied. You should start calmly by asking how much she drank. If she says 1-2 then she was drugged and should probably file a police report. But if she says she got carried away and agreed to lots of drinks and maybe shots, maybe she is so inexperienced that she didn't realize how it would affect her. This happened to me my first week in college because I was inexperienced. Luckily I was fine and learned my lesson. If this is a one-off incident then talk to her. Tell her how fucking terrifying it was to find her in that state and how badly it's affected you. It's damaged your trust, scared the shit out of you etc. She is 100% to blame. She is an adult. Nobody forced her to get that wasted. Hopefully she will grow up and learn. It is bad that I, 23 female, don't want to name my daughter after my fiancé's, 27 male, dead girlfriend? Hey Reddit, this is throwaway account because me and my fiancé use the same Reddit account. I, 23 female, met my fiancé, 27 meters, when I was 19 in college 4 years ago. I'm currently 7 months pregnant. We are having a planned pregnancy and our daughter is due in October. My fiancé had a high school sweetheart who he dated since freshman year till his sophomore year in college. She died due to breast cancer. I never knew her, but in the beginning of our relationship he never failed to mention how she was a beautiful person. He has admitted to me that I always wanted to marry her and imagined them having kids. He loves me so very much and has always been a great partner. Recently we were on the topic of baby names. I am mixed, Ivorian and Brazilian, and my fiancé is from Costa Rica. I was thinking of the name Antonia, but was definitely open to other options. He suggested we name our daughter after her. Not a middle name, not a Gracie Ann kind of thing where you have 2 names, but her first name. His ex's name is very unique and not something common where it could be nicknamed different or not be directly a tribute to her. I believe her name is a cultural name as well and neither of us are from that culture. I told him, he'd be fine with it being her middle name or a nickname even, but he told me he really wanted to make her name his ex's. I would like to make it clear I have nothing against the idea of naming kids after lost loved ones, but just not my first baby. I have a strong feeling that our daughter is going to look just like me, which will make it more awkward. He just came home from work and is in a really good mood. I feel tense writing this next to him. Yay, I wouldn't want my partner doing that, to be honest. Nothing personal, just like you said. Not the first baby and definitely not the first name, especially if it isn't common or doesn't fit your cultural background. Your daughter deserves her own identity, not to be saddled with her father's grief. Absolutely not. Not even a middle name. How the hell is your daughter going to feel when she finds out she was named after her father's dead girlfriend? She will rightfully assume her father wishes he ended up with this other woman, which would mean your daughter wouldn't even exist. Do not make your daughter publicly carry her father's grief for the rest of her life. I would be rethinking the relationship if my partner was obtuse enough to even suggest it. Nope, this is crazy. Just politely explain to him that you don't want a literal lifelong daily reminder that you are second fiddle to his dead girlfriend, wonderful though she may have been. Since the baby was planned, should have had this discussion beforehand. Baby names require 2 yes. So the name is a nope. Naming a kid after a former romantic partner dead or alive is just ick. Before you marry, make sure he gets counseling to deal with this. I 27F was uninvited to my boyfriend, 23M, sister's, 24F, wedding 2 weeks before it happened. I, 27F, was told 2 weeks ago that I wasn't invited to my boyfriend, 23M, sister's, 24F, wedding that is tomorrow. I was originally invited, and I know this because while they were planning the wedding she would speak to me about what she had been working on and planning. I was present for a conversation about the seating chart for the reception where I was told which table I was at and who I'd be sitting with, since my boyfriend is in the wedding party and he will be at the head table. Originally I was told I was uninvited because they weren't letting a family member bring their new girlfriend, so it wouldn't be fair to let me come. Me and my boyfriend have been together for 2 years, we live together, we talk about getting married, and are very much in a not new serious committed relationship. The groom's sister is bringing her boyfriend of less than a year as well. The next reason she gave was that I have not tried to form a relationship with her, so I shouldn't have expected to be invited. For the past year and a half, every time she talked about wedding stuff I offered to help and she turned me down every time. I have made plans with her and she has bailed every time. I've invited her to parties we have at our home, she has only shown up to one of them. I have never heard from her unless I have reached out first. We have never had any issues, when we are together at events we get along great. I did stop trying to make plans after a year of being blown off, but I truly don't understand what else I could have done to have a relationship with her past when we talk at family events. Me and my boyfriend are in the middle of a move right now that I am largely doing alone so he can attend wedding stuff this week. I know it's selfish to be upset because she has every right to choose who is at her wedding, but the way she went about uninviting me last minute with reasons that don't make sense isn't sitting well. I am not a random woman in her brother's life, and I have made sacrifices in order for her to have the best day possible, especially moving mostly alone so her brother can spend the week with family. I don't want to try to build a relationship with her after this. I did reach out to her to apologize for making her feel like I didn't want to build a relationship with her and asked if she would want to go for coffee in a couple weeks to talk. She agreed to go, but I don't know if I actually want to have that conversation with her given how I was treated in this situation. I love my boyfriend with my whole heart, but I also can't see a path forward for us if I can't work this out with his sister. I'm not sure how to have this conversation or if trying is worth at this point. I'd be more upset at your BF. Wedding party members get a +1 in general. That your boyfriend is okay with his sister snubbing you says a lot about your BF. If my significant other was not invited or uninvited, I wouldn't be going. End of story. Maybe sister has a plan to try setting her brother up with someone else at the wedding. I've seen it too many times. Either way, this is a boyfriend problem. No need to worry about coffee plans, she's going to bail again anyway. You aren't getting the truth here. Your boyfriend not insisting he gets to bring you to his own sister's wedding is very off. She must really dislike you or he doesn't want you there. Have you signed a lease together for the move, or is it just in one of your names? It's telling that your boyfriend of 2 years didn't stand up for you, and is still going to this wedding after the way you were treated. And the kicker, you will be doing the heavy lifting literally of a move while he's partying, probably getting drunk off his ass. I would reconsider the relationship because this treatment won't end with this wedding. But chances are you would be making the sister extremely happy by dumping your BF. Hey up, what is your boyfriend's plan when other people at the wedding ask him where you are? Because he can reasonably say, bride decided a few weeks ago that she didn't want op here and it's her wedding and I'm her brother, so I just had to come on my own regardless. Pretty much anything else, enjoy living in your new place with all your newfound independence. Your boyfriend may be the real problem. Update me. How do I, 26 female, tell my boyfriend, 28 male, about a threesome I had before we met? I 26F had a threesome with my bestie 28F and her husband 30M. They've been together over 5 years. We had fun twice earlier this year, no emotions involved. Her husband is super supportive of her discovering her bisexuality, and I am a safe and also bi-curious person, so we all explored together and it was fun. I learned how to have fun sex through them, honestly. Months later I'm dating a guy 28M exclusively and I think I'm falling for him. We've been together just over a month, talked for about a month prior. We met like 3 months after this experience with my friends. But I didn't expect to fall into a relationship, and am not sure how to breach this topic. I love my bestie and her husband platonically, and would never do anything behind my BF's back, and won't do anything with them again now that I'm in this relationship, which they respect OFC. I want to believe my boyfriend will trust me enough to know I wouldn't cheat, and I want to believe he won't lose trust in me if I hang with my bestie again like one version 1. Or that he won't have some sort of jealousy or upset feelings knowing a guy was involved, even though he did not penetrate me. She doesn't live here anymore, a state away, USA based, so I don't see her often. I don't want to hide anything. I'm not a liar or secret keeper. My anxiety is through the roof. I don't want to lose a friend because of a new BF, which maybe is a stretch to worry about since he doesn't know about this FWB situation from months ago and maybe he'd be chill about it, but I don't want it to be a thing that I hid from him if it comes out someday. How do I bring this up? How do I assure him I'm his? I know I can't control his feelings or actions. I just don't even know how to approach this in a mature way. I have no intentions of blindsiding him, but also don't want to lose good people because of the feelings of a partner in a new relationship over something that happened before we even met. Typing this, I know my partner is understanding, mature, patient, and cares about me a lot as I do him, so I know I should be comfortable telling him, but I'm just scared because I care. Thanks so much for the advice. I'll try to respond to comments. Something along the lines of, hey, I want you to know I really like you, and now that things are getting more serious I want to be completely open with you. Then just tell him. I'd make it more of a confession of the depth of my feelings and a display of my trust and seriousness with the relationship. Tell him if he's going to meet them. Don't let him walk into that room without the knowledge. You have to tell him soon and it can be a deal breaker. Accept that. So you just have to tell him. Be prepared for him to talk though, because threesomes aren't as normal as Reddit seems to make it out to be. I can't fucking believe all the responses here to the contrary. It's not a problem if it's your thing, but some people see it as a values thing, and your sexual values might not align with his, and that's a big deal. This isn't about him being immature or whatever bullshit Reddit wants to label it as. If you had different religious values, political values, views on drugs, etc., that's also a reason to not be with someone. Sexual values are nothing different and threesomes are a different level. BTW, him thinking you'll cheat on him likely isn't even going to pop into his mind. That's not where your focus should be. Best friend? Husband? You're cooked. Just be prepared because there's a good chance he's going to be uncomfortable with you hanging out with people you had sex with before.